Today in the news, security officer fatally shoots woman outside of a Dallas motel, and Dallas police plan changes after examining protest responses, and the City of Dallas's hospital capacity report. Today is August 17th, 2020, and this is Dallas Weekly News. Hello, I'm your host, Patrick Washington, and this is Dallas Weekly News. Police in Dallas say a woman was fatally shot by a security guard who was wounded in an exchange of gunfire Thursday outside a Northwest Dallas motel. According to Officer Tamika Dameron, the unidentified woman was found dead in her vehicle about 10:45 p.m. by officers responding to reports of the shooting, and the security officer was found nearby and hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. Dameron said little is known about what led to the shooting outside the Motel 6 near Dallas's Love Field Airport, and detectives are seeking witnesses. A report released by Dallas police on their response to protests that followed the killing of George Floyd in Minneapolis outlines changes the department plans to make, including who can authorize the use of tear gas and how to train for incidents involving mass arrests. Dallas police released the report late Friday detailing the first 4 nights of protests that began May 29th, following the death days earlier of Floyd, a black man who died after a white Minneapolis police officer pressed his knee against his neck. Floyd's death sparked protests around the globe against racial injustice and police brutality. The report found that Dallas police leaders struggled with operational plans, communication, and keeping a unified command structure amid the downtown protests. Dallas Police Chief Renee Hall said in a meeting Friday with the Dallas Morning News editorial board prior to the report's release that it highlights mistakes. The report says the officers for the first 2 days of the protest didn't have clear rules of engagement. The report also noted training shortcomings by commanders who struggled to make rapid decisions. Images taken of events that weekend showed violent demonstrations resulting in chaos that hours after a peaceful protest began. The report says that the department is investigating about 50 use of force complaints during the 4 days with help from the Office of Community Police Oversight. The report said in those 4 days, 2 people and 6 officers reported serious injuries. Chief Hall told the newspaper that she's already made some policy changes after reflecting on the department's response. She formalized a duty to intervene policy which requires officers who witness misconduct to stop and report it. She also issued a department order limiting the use of pepper ball weapons and other less lethal ammunition in crowd control. And now the City of Dallas's hospital capacity report. I'm your host, Patrick Washington. This has been Dallas Weekly News. You can find these and more stories at dallasweekly.com. And of course, follow us on social media at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. And as always, if you can, please stay home, stay safe, and we will see you again tomorrow.